Welcome back to the Absolute Automotive channel. Today we'll be installing a front torque motor mount on a 2009 Nissan Maxima. In order to access the top bolt on the front torque motor mount, there's a brace that is called a Strut mount brace that travels from one area of the top portion of the strut mount to the other end, and that has to be taken off in order to get this mount off. That brace, that strut brace it has about 7 10mm bolts. 4 of them are not hidden, and that's what I'm taking off now. 2 on each side, and the other bolts that are 10mm are underneath the windshield to firewall cover, and that must be taken off in order to get to those bolts that are hidden. Now, in order to take off the windshield to firewall cover, you must take off the wipers. So the wipers are held down with 15mm bolts. Take out the 15mm bolts and do a little tugging on the wipers, and the wipers should release. Once you get both of the wipers off, it'll be very easy for you to get the windshield to firewall cover off. Only thing that's held is, or might be held, possibly held, is the clips and retainers around the wiper or the windshield to firewall cover. Now, this vehicle had a lot of broken clips, as almost all of them do. If that's the case, you just have to find a way to fasten it back or get some more retainer clips when you're done. There's also the wiper fluid hose that you need to take off on the side in order to completely take that cover off. Now I'm tackling the brace, strut brace, 10mm bolts. Once you get all the 10mm bolts taken off, you can just take the brace, and you don't have to fully remove it. You can just push it to the side in order for you to access the 18mm bolt that was being blocked by the brace. In order to get to the other 18mm bolt at the front of the torque mount, you need to remove the power steering reservoir and just remove it and push it to the side like I did. You'll be able to access that bolt. After you take out that bolt, the mount will come off. Get your new mount, reassemble it. Same way you took it out, you just reverse that process and put it back in. Now, in order to line it up properly, I like to put the front torque mount bolt in first instead of the rear top bolt first, in order to line it up properly. You can do either or. I just like to do that so it can line up properly for a good install. Then once you do that, go to the rear, put that bolt in like I'm doing now, all the way in first, then go back to the front bolt, and then it's going to be under tension, so it's not going to twist. You're not going to be able to twist that bolt in there by hand, so you're going to have to remove the bracket that was holding the power steering reservoir. Remove that bracket like I'm doing now. Then that'll give you enough access to get back to that front torque bolt. Now back to the front torque bolt, tighten it down. Put back on your power steering bracket. Those bolts on the power steering bracket are 10mm bolts. 3 10mm bolts. Put them back on. And reconnect your power steering reservoir to the bracket once you tighten those bolts down. Reverse the process and put everything back together.